Nizzy, and in this video you guys are going to be giving you a little game preview of the upcoming matchup between the Toronto Raptors and the Philadelphia 76ers. In tonight's game here, going to be another tough battle for this Toronto Raptors squad. Still missing a lot of guys in protocol right now. We should be getting a few players back. Hopefully we got a few guys that are game time decisions for tonight's game. So like I said, still got a lot of guys sitting out in protocol in this one. Sixers got a couple guys in protocol, but they're pretty healthy overall. So yeah, we'll see. It should be a good battle tonight. Hopefully the Raptors can come out on the winning side of things here, but it's going to be an uphill climb the entirety of the game for sure. I'm going to be shorthanded again tonight. Going to need some minutes from our 10-day contract players that we ended up signing last week. So we'll have to see what happens, you guys. Raptors obviously coming off a 144-99 loss versus the Cavs, where we basically put out a G League team. Had all of our starters sitting out in that one. Pretty tough go all around in that game. Not much that you can expect from that one, like I said, when you're missing. I think we had 11 players out in that game, so that's a tough one to grind out. And then the Sixers are coming off a 117-96 victory over the Wizards a couple days back there as well. They're sitting at 17-16 on the season. Raptors are at 14-16 after the loss to the Cavs. You want to try and inch that much closer to getting back to 500 here. Right real quick before we go ahead and start breaking down the rest of this game preview, you guys, if you can go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Been getting a lot of support lately, you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep coming out with as much content as possible for you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start breaking down this game preview coming up tonight. We'll start off with the injury report, you guys. Go ahead and go through all the guys that'll be possibly playing or sitting out for this game. We'll start off with the Philadelphia 76ers, since their list is way smaller than the Raptors here. They only got 3 guys out. If you include Ben Simmons, you can say they got 4 players out for tonight's matchup. Don't really count him on the list right now because he hasn't played for them all season. Probably won't play for them all season, so can't really count him as part of the team right now. So we'll go ahead and start it off here. Danny Green's out in protocol for them. Andre Drummond is also going to be out. He's in protocol as well. And then Shake Milton will also be out in protocol. So not too bad for the Sixers. Like I said, they're pretty much going to have their entire roster. Obviously, it hurts a little bit having Drummond out just because he's a rebound machine and he's a good guy to have out there with that second unit when Joel Embiid comes off of the floor. Obviously, Danny Green's a good defender, can hit that three-point shot for you. Shake Milton's a good player as well coming off the bench. So they're missing a few key players, but like I said, nothing even compares to how many guys are out for the Raptors right now. 3 players out for them isn't too bad at all. Then we go over to the Raptors side of things here, you guys. We got 4 players on the list here that are game time decisions that are all in protocol right now for tonight's game. Khem Birch's game time decision in protocols. Pascal Siakam's also a game time decision in protocol right now. And same with Gary Trent Jr. as well as Isaac Bonga. So we possibly could be getting those 4 guys back to go into our Raptors rotation with our other 4 kind of mainstays with Yuta Watanabe, Svi Mikhailiuk, Boucher, and Delano Banton. So that would at least get us 8, guys who are normally with the team, and then you'd obviously have some of your 10-day contract guys filling in on the back end there. So fingers crossed, that's the best case scenario, is that we get those 4 guys back out of protocols for this game tonight. Gives the Raptors a chance to actually stay in the game and maybe be able to come out with a victory if we can get all those guys back in the thick of things here. And then all the players that are going to be sitting out in this one. Fred VanVleet's still out in protocols. OG Anunoby's going to be out. He's in protocol as well. Malachi Flynn's going to be out for this one. Achua, Scotty Barnes, Champagnie, all those guys are in protocols. And then you got David Johnson still sitting out with that calf injury. So still a lot of guys missing time right now. Pretty unfortunate, to be honest with you, but not much you can do in this situation. A lot of teams are dealing with this right now, so you just got to grind it out and keep pushing forward, man. Still going to have an opportunity to make something happen there tonight. Some other guys got to step up. Would love to see a big game from Delano Banton tonight. He didn't play that well in the game versus the Cavs. Had a pretty quiet night. Gonna need a big time performance from him tonight if we're gonna want to have a chance to win this game. Svi Mikhailiuk didn't really have a great game against the Cavs either. Definitely want to see him step up a little bit here, especially with the absence of all the guys that were missing. Yuta had a phenomenal game versus the Cavs, so I would hope that he can continue that little bit of a hot streak there into tonight's matchup versus the Sixers. Really liked what I've seen from him. Heart and soul type player on the team. Just hard-nosed, always giving 110% effort when he's out on the floor, which you love to see. Confident in his shot-making ability. Not afraid to take the shot and make the shot, which is good to see as well. And then we got to see something from Boucher, man. Boucher's got to step up his fucking game. I mean, he's been weak this year so far, you guys. looks like a shell of him a shell of his former self from last season. Definitely want to see some more output from this guy. Definitely need to see him getting things going there. Become a little more of a dominant force at that center position for us, especially with all the guys that are out right now. We need him to step up and make some plays for us in tonight's game if we're going to want to come out with the victory in this one, you guys. So that pretty well wraps up the injury report right there. We'll go through some of the keys to the game, what I think is going to be necessary for both teams to be able to come out with the victory in this one. We'll start off again here, guys, with the Philadelphia 76ers. Probably one of the big keys to the game for them is get an early lead in this one. Obviously, with the Toronto Raptors going to be shorthanded here. If they can get out to an early lead and force Toronto Raptors' hand to try and make a tough comeback, that's just going to help them win this game that much easier. Obviously, it's not going to be easy to muster a comeback when you're shorthanded, so if they can get out to that early lead, 10, 15 point lead early on in the game there, I think that'll help them to clinch the victory over the Raptors in this one, you guys. Another big one for the Sixers to win this game is limit their turnovers. Obviously, Toronto loves to get out in transition, run in transition, get those easy fast break baskets. Usually if we're getting lots of steals and being able to get out in the fast break, that just gets the offense flowing a lot better for the Toronto Raptors team. So if the Sixers can limit those turnovers, make us get into that half court set, slow the game down a little bit on us, I think that's going to benefit them as well. And then the last key to the game I got here for the Philadelphia 76ers, you guys, is dominating the glass. This should be an easy one for them to do with Joel Embiid out there. I mean, the dude should easily be able to get 10, 15 boards on us here tonight. We don't really... Obviously, if Khem Birch comes back, that's going to be a huge help to the Toronto Raptors' rebounding capabilities. But guys like Boucher have not been doing a great job rebounding this year. He doesn't do a good job of boxing out either. So that should definitely be something the Sixers should be able to take advantage of in this game, which will obviously get them a few more possessions than us, give them a better chance at victory. So those are the keys to the Sixers win tonight, you guys. And then you go over to the Toronto Raptors, keys to victory here. Getting some players back is probably the number one thing for the Toronto Raptors squad to have a chance in this game. Like I said, we got 4 guys that are game time decisions for this one. If we don't get any of those guys back, man, it's going to be a rough go once again. Be very similar to the Cavs game, in my opinion, because you're just pretty much running out a G League team. Because even the 4 guys that we had, Yuta, Svi, Boucher, and Banton, they're all bench players on our team. None of these guys are starters. I mean, Boucher's been starting at that center spot a little bit for us. Well, Khem Birch has been injured this season, but he's definitely more of a bench player than he is a starting caliber player in this league. So that's going to be huge, man. If the Raptors can get those 4 guys back, that's going to heighten our chances of success in this game big time. Another key to the game for the Toronto Raptors here is just keeping it close, man. Keep the game close. Stay within striking distance. And if you can do that, you can have a chance in the fourth quarter, to go on a little run and maybe take the lead for the victory. But you can't allow the Sixers to get out to a big-time lead, because if they get up to a 15, 20-point lead early on in the game, I don't think the Raptors are going to have a chance at a comeback. It's just going to be... The cards are just going to be stacked too high against them in that one. So they got to keep the game close, keep it under 10 points. And then I think we can be within striking distance later on in the game, possibly to steal one away from the Sixers here, you guys. And then another key to the game for the Raptors is getting out in transition, like I said, with the Sixers, not turning the ball over. If we can get some turnovers on them, get running in transition, get some easy baskets going, get our offense kind of warmed up a little bit, which will help us possibly hit some more of those 3-point shots, as well as just getting to a better rhythm and flow on the offensive end, you guys. So I think that's going to be huge for the Raptors as well. Usually when we can get out and run in transition, get some fast break buckets, we usually have a good game. So that's going to be huge for us. Getting the hands in the passing lanes, being active with our feet on defense, making the right plays, grabbing those rebounds as well. We can't allow a bunch of offensive rebounds to the Sixers. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to grab those boards and then get out in transition. So I think that's going to be another big key to the game for the Toronto Raptors, you guys. We're going to be in for another tough one tonight, I think. The Sixers aren't looking too good this season. They're only at 17-16 on the year, but obviously they've been dealing with injuries as well, and then not having Ben Simmons out is hurting them a little bit as well, with him not playing this season. So we'll give you a little final score prediction here. As much as I want the Raptors to win this game, I gotta be truthful and honest here, and I just don't think it's going to happen for the boys tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Sixers, you guys, 115-105 over the Toronto Raptors. I think it'll be a closer game than what we had against the Cavs. I do think we're going to be getting a couple players back. We'll have to see. Obviously, we'll find out closer to game time who will be available to play and who won't be. But at the end of the day, I think we will keep it a little bit closer, but it's still, the cards are stacked against us, man. It's a a tough stretch here with all these guys out in protocol right now. You can't really expect much from this Raptors squad with the players that we're putting out there, especially with the Sixers team. If the Sixers had a bunch more injuries and stuff, it'd be a little more even playing field. But they only got 3 guys out right now, so you know they're looking pretty healthy and primed up to take it to the Raptors here tonight. Hopefully the boys can just hang on and keep it close, and you never know, we might get lucky and sneak away with the dub. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm going to take the Sixers. Like I said, 115-105 the final. Would love your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. What is your guys' game predictions for tonight's matchup versus the Sixers? You think the Raptors are going to have a chance to win this one, you guys? And what do you think about the NBA forcing the Raptors to play still with over 10 guys out in protocols right now? Just like your guys' opinion on that in the comment section down below. That pretty well wraps her up for this video, guys. Thanks again for watching. Please go ahead and like this video if you like sporting content like this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're looking for more sporting content like this in the near future. Thanks for watching. This is Nathan with Nathan Sports.